Don't y'all realize that God gave up being God to rescue us, to save us? The creator of the universe, the one that everything flows from, created us in his image. And because we have free will, we chose to separate ourselves from him. And he is life, so that brought death in us, eternal death. He decided to say, you know what? I love them more than I love being God to save us. He did that. It's amazing. That's why the gospel's preached. That's why the gospel is called the good news, because it is proving that God is love, and that love in its deepest form is a love of giving up what you are to save what you love. Let me prove this to you by the word. Look, Philippians 2:6. Jesus, who existing in the form of God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but he emptied himself, taking on the form of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in the appearance of a man. He humbled himself and became obedient to death, even death on a cross. Look, Christ's self-emptying, the Greek word for this is called Kenosis, where the divine Son humbles himself to rescue us. He didn't cling to this exalted status of God. Look, God gave up being God to save us. That's why the gospel is the good news, precisely because it reveals God's extravagant love for us. He prioritized our rescue over his divine comfort and status. In Psalms 8:4, we read this: "What is man that you are mindful of him, or the son of man that you care for him? You made him a little lower than the angels. You crowned him with glory and honor. You made him ruler of the works of your hands. You placed everything under his feet." Jesus did not cease being God, but in profound humility, he veiled his glory, took on humanity, and died to bridge that gap between us and God that sin created. That's why in 2 Corinthians 8:9 it says, "For you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, so that you through his poverty might become rich."